Let's get cracking then. Alright champs, what's going on? Good morning to everyone. So happy Friday, Jummah Mubarak. Wishing you the best of health, best of success, great weekend as well. Really good to have you guys here. We've got 10 people in the chat, man. Smash the likes everybody, hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit subscribe. So we got Rolf in the chat, good morning, it's always good to see you as well. We've got Amar too, morning to you too. Elizabeth's always here as well, love to her. David, happy to see you here as well, my brother. And Jameson, what's going on, brother? Valentine, how you doing? Answered some questions yesterday in terms of ranges and deviations as well for you guys. We spent a good 25 minutes, actually, a really good amount of time in regards to what is a range and examples of ranges and what a deviation would be. How do you trade the range? It was brief. 25 minutes isn't going to cover a lot, but it was quite detailed enough for you guys to actually go back and forth. What I'll do is I'll post a link. There'll be a card somewhere here or there, one of the two, after the stream there itself. If those who are live and want to know which one it was yesterday's episode. So today's episode is, let me tell you, I can tell you what it was. It's episode 17 today, so it was 16. Yesterday's episode was the one we did a good breakdown on as well. A few examples in terms of weekly ranges, and we got like a range after 4 hours as well, which shows you the principle that price is always in a range. You're just gonna find it. That's what it is. And yeah, let's get cracking, man. So yeah, Rolf is saying up to 1,000 subscribers. You know what? I'm really surprised, man. 749 subscribers. I'm truly honored by that. So thank you so much for all those who actually hit the subscribe button, who actually watches it as well. I'm getting decent views as well. Likes are always getting there. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and hopefully we got more big things coming up. I am planning the sessions in terms of like the risk management, the ranges, SRs, you know, supply and demand. There's a bunch of them. I am planning it down. I've got a notebook somewhere. I think it's probably in the dining room actually, of just a bunch of stuff there. So I'm going back and forth a lot. It's basically going to take a little bit of a while, but I'm planning hopefully to do something next week. So that's that. Hopefully tomorrow will be another stream as well. So I'm fingers crossed can bring Trader NJ if it's free. I'll bring NJ on the show and we're just gonna chat shit basically. That's what it is. So let's get cracking then. So hope you guys like the thing at the bottom as well. So it's a new thing I'm trying. Let me know what you think. If it's cool, if it's not cool, if you think it's dumb, I should get rid of it. You know, I'm just trying to be as more interactive as possible to you guys. So you know, just grasp the concept, you know, the attention span. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? So come GLM for Jummah. Where's GLM? Bro, I'm down for coming Jummah wherever you guys are, man. But what? If it's a 2-hour drive, bro, I'm not doing that. That's a long mission to go there. So yeah, we got Zombie Cat Flip Out on in the thingy, in the chat. Morning to you, brother. We got Bruges as well, man. So morning to all you guys. Let me know where you guys from. Oh, Green Lane. Bro, you know what? Green Lane in London. So what you're saying, Amar? Fam, that's far, fam. I'm in Birmingham. Why don't you come down to bloody Birmingham, innit? But if I'm ever in London, which I don't see why not in the next coming weeks or so, yeah, I'll be down. A Green Lane in Birmingham, yeah, fine. What time is Jummah there? What time is Jummah? Let me know. Stockholm, Sweden. I got my Swedish brother. Yo, Jay's in the chat as well, man. That's good to see you guys there. Yeah, man. I'm down to come. I'm down to go to Green Lane Masjid. Why not? Why not? A mosque is a mosque as well, so it's always good to actually meet new people there as well too, innit? We've got Wasif from India. Damn, the Indians actually on it as well. I see the Indians and the Turks, man. Those are two quite common people here as well. So let's just do this, man. Let's get cracking. Anyway, so yeah, keep posting your comments and whatnot, and I'm gonna come back to it. I just get sidetracked in it. I got an attention span of a freaking 4-year-old, to be honest as well. So like, if people tell me something, right? It happens. I'm midway through a conversation with someone else, right? And then what happens is someone else tells me another conversation, and my mind just turns around and say, "Yo, I'm gonna respond back to you, person one. Come back to you in just a moment." And freaking crazy. Dainks is from Ireland. I want to hit the island soon. I know SE's from there as well, so whenever he's free as well, I'm gonna go hit down Ireland soon. We'll see what's up. But yeah, let's have a look what's going on with BTC. Okay, BTC wise, nothing much has happened. I mean, if you look here, right, nothing you can see is that it's just small body candles, right? We've got small body candles all the way here, and it doesn't really say, it doesn't paint much of a picture, right? So we're just throwing some lines, right? Let's see what's going on, right? We got a few things. Now it gets a bit messy now. What the fuck's going on? We got number one, right? So we got to focus on something called Monday's range, right? You've heard me bang on about it over and over again. You can see price is in Monday's range and it's stuck in there. I mean, the big question really comes down to what everyone's trying to understand is what you call it, is it time to buy alts, you know? Because we had a decent, look here, let's have a look. Where's so we had a decent daily candle over there, nice clean smash above all these resistance over here. You can see. Can I draw these lines? Let me just get another chart. Actually, I'll get another chart. I can actually do all my notes and stuff like that. Where's the BTC USD? And my bro, coffee's not on you. It's on me, my brother. If I'm coming down, I'm coming to see you. I'm happy to pay for coffee, man. 100%, man. Full tanks in the house as well, man. Good day to you, brother. And we got Zarf here as well. Pan is in the chat, man. Belgium restaurant holder, if you remember. Oh, David, yeah. How you doing, my brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Got the thingy, the Belgium's in there as well, man. Yeah. So what we're saying is, as you can see, right? I mean, you could say this is some sort of what the. Why I got too many lines here? Let me just remove all this crap here, right? I'm just going to make it nice and simple. Right, we know that's the all-time high, previous all-time high. Off the daily, you can see, you see this high here? That's where price was capping the market, right? Again, another example ranges. Let's do this, that's great. Let's do this, right? So I'm going to use this high and this low, and I'm going to see how does it tell me a story there, okay? Does it tell me a story? Because I know I've been using Monday's range, right, which is quite tight over here. Let me show you Monday's highs here and Monday's lows here, and obviously price has been range bound in that space, but you can see over here there's also another range in play. Does it tell me a story? I always like to see what does it say to me. Let's go on the 1 hour. I think the 1 hour will tell me a bit more. But you can see, right, the initial drop that happened, let me just bring this up there. The initial drop that happened, dropped where? From this high over here, it dropped straight into the mid-range. Bounce around it, come down, finds resistance, gets above it, holds the support. So ideally, longs, right, from the longs we were playing on the Monday's range itself, your stop loss should be around here, right? That's key, right? Why? Because if price comes down here, what is it doing back there? Because it looks like it's going to take out the stops and go a lot more lower because we've got all this inefficiency to fill out. So that's one thing you can look at. But at the same time, you can see that it's holding above this range high I'm showed. I believe that's Saturday, the 18th. Let's have a look. 18th was the Saturday, yeah. So Saturday's high is what's capping the market. You can see resistance, deviation gets above it, deviation comes back below it, finds it, resistance, and come back above it. So this SR level off Saturday's high, we already know this here is a key pivot, it's a key SR. How do we get confirmation? Confirmation would be if something like this from the initial high off the 1 hour, for example, we break above it and hold above it, and then let's go, Bob's your uncle, let's go higher, take out these highs over there. All right, that's the first trade you can look at. I'm using another range before we go into Monday's range. Okay, does that make a bit of sense there, lads? You can see that price is consolidating in this area here between the 100% and the 75% of the range. Price is just consolidating here. So, which means that if we were to be, if this was just a deviation, right? What would happen? If this was a deviation, what would happen? We see price get back below it, find resistance off the initial low, play it back down to range. Well, this is a scalping area, you can say. Actually, I'm going to delete that. We're going to go through some brief ideas on scalping. I haven't done a scalping idea in a while, so let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Powers of Fours here as well. Good to see you as well. It seems we have a very strong affinity, mostly 95% plus likes in previous streams. Please hit the like. Thank you, Jameson. I really appreciate that, man. He's a legend. He's a really good, really nice bloke, guys. I appreciate that. Right, so I was saying that we've got a range bound environment. So let's clear up all these SRs, right? And let's not remember what I said to you. When you're playing like Scalp, or you're playing a day trade, or whatever trade you're playing, right? If it's ranges, keep it as ranges. If you're using SRs, just keep it as SRs. Keep the two separate. If you do, just be careful, because what will happen is like you get confused and then fucking hell, what's going on there? Can't even stand up properly. Oh yeah, again I told you I do get sidetracked. So if you get like what will happen if you got too many lines, right? It just becomes confusing as fuck. That's why I never used the old chart that we had originally. So let's look at a scalping opportunity right here. What do we have here? So we have this high there, and then this low here. Ah, perfect. That is perfect right there. Right? You can see off this can give us some sort of opportunity. You can see again, does the mid-range tell us the story? Yes, it does. Support, deviation gets it back above it, deviates, holds its support, come back down, holds it above it, support, support, and off it goes. It looks like a potential breakout, or it could be a deviation if we step back in there, like I said. Right? Cool, makes sense? Hope it does. So let's go. 15 minutes, right? Let's have a look. The fact is, right, look, this is what I don't like in it. On the 15 minutes. Now this is where you start implementing other things into it now, alright? Do you remember that I told you about yesterday? If you haven't looked at yesterday, look at yesterday's 25 minutes worth of the first part of the video, episode 16, in regards to range and deviations and shit like that, right? And now I talk about like the initial high after the ranges you look for, blah blah, and then like SRs and stuff like that. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, check it out yesterday. It's really beneficial for yourself, but I'm gonna go through it briefly here. I'm not gonna go do the whole detail, but I'm just gonna highlight this. This is the initial high after 15 minutes, right? Yes, we got a range of the 1 hour. You can still use this after 15 minutes. Doesn't really matter. But if I was to do 1 hour, where was the initial high? It's a little even there. Okay, let's just do it after that. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's the high there. Obviously on the 15 minutes you can see an up candle. But you can see there, this is the problem here. Resistance. Mother. Let's just do this like that. There we go. So yeah, we got resistance, deviation, right? And then it comes resistance and we sell off back below. That's not looking good. Would I long? No, I wouldn't long. I wouldn't long just yet. For me to long, I need to get back above and hold this. Then we can start saying we take out this highs over here, going up higher to potentially the mid-range of this and this, which probably falls around here, 2190 I'd say. That's the area. 2190 gets above, take out this high, and then take out this high there. But it's looking a bit weak in my opinion, and that's not nice. That's not nice. If you look on the 15 minutes, let's have a look. Yeah, you can clearly see that it's like a distribution, you know? What I mean by distribution, see how price gets above, takes out the high over there, gets back below it, then comes back to here, then goes off there. I can narrow this down further to start looking for opportunities, how I'm going to short, right? So there's this block here. This was the last high on 15 minutes, which actually sent the market back below. You can see, right, that now price has, let me get a brush, wicked into it once, twice, sells off. Okay, now it can come back up, right? But the chances now has become a lot less. Why? Because this is a stop run. You see? It's a stop run there. We did a stop run off this high up here and we sell off there. That's the scalping mode, right? I'm talking about scalps, but try and focus on it. And if you guys don't understand, give me a shout, put your questions down there and we can break it down, alright? Cool. So then I start looking for another possibility. I'm like, alright, this high up here, this is the last high, we send the market down. I highlight this block there, and I'm like, alright, cool. What's going on here, right? Nothing much, right? Why is nothing much happening? I'll show you. We didn't wick back into this box. I like us to go back into this box, which comes back into off this high, this original high after 15 minutes, 1 hour, whichever you want to call it. If it breaks down, that's just short trigger. I mean, I'd probably play it here as a stop loss there. Now that's fucking risky, I'll be honest with you, because price can come back up, wick you out, and then come into this box again, and then break down and then go a lot more lower, right? But hard stop, I'd say here, right? To be safe, hard stop, I'd say here, right? This high, because if price were to come out, why is it making a new high? It's because that's not only just taking it out, we're trying to make a lot more higher to reclaim this level. Make sense? I know I spoke to really fast there, but I had coffee in the morning. I'm fucking hyped. I'm really fucking hyped. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing like a motherfucker here. This is like my 6th cup of coffee right now. What the fuck am I doing? It's the Jumma buzz, innit? That's what it is. Hopefully. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for shorts, that's for shorts, okay? The short scenario is that, I'm gonna break this down again one more time. This is the initial high on the 15 minutes. We broke down, came back, retested it twice, okay? Now we broke down, we got another high over here. We monitor this high, potentially, if, there's another thing that happens as well. It does happen from time to time. You gotta look at this, right? I'm gonna change this color. I'm gonna show you another little secret, another alpha here, how to get onto a trade that can bring my stop loss lower, right? So you see this low. This was the initial high, which went down and it bounced back into this box. Yeah, you following me there? I don't see no comments here, so I'm guessing you are. But yeah, so you see this high over here. I've already highlighted this block there. Made the initial bounce, so I make the SR here. Is it an SR? Yes, it is. Because why? Look at price has shanked below it, come back to find resistance, we deviate above there, and we come back down below. Zarf is with me, good man, right? So now we can say this SR is definitely a legitimate SR. Why? Because we've proven that that's a resistance right here. It's a deviation, we shanked back below. We didn't even find it as support, okay? Because if we was finding a support, then we're like, all right, cool. Then we have chances to come up here, and we're gonna have to monitor this box here, okay? Now this is where scalping becomes a bit of a perfectionist now, okay? The perfectionist play is if price comes into this SR, rejects off it, and comes back down lower. The moment it does that, right, this is now becoming a trigger, not off this block. Which means now I can bring my stop loss off here. It's a very, it's taking me time to master this. And you know what it is? Look, I'm sharing you all my experiences in terms of scalping, day trades, swing plays, blah blah blah, the whole lot, right? I'm sharing all to you guys, not because I'm gaining anything from it, it's just because I love chatting, right? I love chatting a lot of shit, as you can see. But I love the idea of just sharing knowledge, end of the day, because if I can save you 6 months of trading experience, fucking take the 6 months and apply it to your own plan. Like when I show you these plans, right, and I show you all these ranges and shit like that, a lot of people are asking me, how do I pick my ranges? Which is perfectly fine, right? But you've got to go back and do it yourself as well, you know? If you just keep doing it and repeat and repeat and repeat, you start mastering this, and trust me, scalping will be something you master. Because if you don't believe me, ask SC. That was the first thing I mastered, which is fucking crazy. He goes to me, this is SC's word, not mine, right? He goes to me, the craziest motherfuckers out there will master scalping first, and they're the ones who are the most dangerous when it comes to the market because they know how to go in and out, which is why someone like NJ would ask me for a perfect tight entry. I look for these little things, these scalping opportunities coming into play, and which is why when I take trades as well, there are times where I take a trade. It happens to me now, it still does. It's like I take a trade, right? I'm comfortable with the position. It goes up to a target 1. And it does something like on the smaller time frame, and I collapse the trade completely because I'm so glued into scalping. Because when I go into this 5 minutes and 15 minutes and whatever, I can see all this crazy shit. Now I'm going to show you another thing. So like I said to you, if this finds resistance off this here, off this SR, that's your trigger, that's your stop loss. Let's play it down lower. Target 1, obviously you have to be here, right? Target 1 has to be here because we need to monitor what happens here. Do we hold above it and start bullish market short to come back into this? Because if that's the case, you've got the trade, right? Or, because it's 15 minutes, I'll go on the 1 minute, 5 minutes and see how that reacts. Or, right, you can see, if price come back down below, finds resistance, we're taking out this low here, right? We find, no, mother. Let me clear this all up, right? Price from this low here, comes over here, right? This is an SR. Price comes back down, finds resistance, finds support, breaks down. The moment you start finding resistance off this low, that's your trigger again. You can bring your stop loss a bit lower, compound it to target 1. That's the range. Yeah, that's the scalping range we're playing. Remember I talked about it in the beginning of the video? The scalping range. We'll go back to scalping range here. Target 1, looking for target 2. And that's your trade done. Right? Then we watch it, well, to be honest, you can still hold it to see if it take out, because obviously there's these equal lows here, you know what I'm saying? See that? Liquidity didn't take out, it actually bounced off this here, the last low that's in the market high, which is the mid-range really as well. It bounced off there, you see it? So now we're going to say, okay, liquidity is resting here, because we can come back into this area here and bounce off there. At the same time, there's so many things you got to pay attention, which is why I say to you, when you when you mark out your ranges, your levels, your SRs and the lot, always have higher time frame context in place, which means your higher time frame ranges, lines and supports and SRs and the lot, like yearly opens, yearly lows, previous all-time high, that kind of stuff. These are the key areas, because price is going to react off it. Look, price reacted once, didn't come down there, price reacted twice. All right, obviously it found off this last low over here and send it back up high. So price is going to react off here. So if you price were to break down, take out this low over here, here's your opportunity. Ooh, let me get this. Let me just draw this out. 1 second, lads and ladies. Sorry, I know we've got ladies in the show. Yeah, final resistance off here. Another compound opportunity, and I'll talk about compounding. That's a very good point actually, to bring up as another episode on the how to trade kind of thing. Sorry. So if that's resistance off here, there's your target 2. There's your next target there. We look for target here and potentially see if we can take out Monday's low, because Monday's low hasn't been taken out yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So then we've got a few more targets there. So already we got let's just say even, oh yeah, confirmation is here. Confirmation is back here. Why? Confirmation is here because this is all a deviation of the range that we've got here. Okay? Is that Monday's range? What the fuck am I doing? I think that is it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Well, I might just freaking off my face right now. I know I don't take coke. Maybe I gotta lay off this freaking coffee, that's what it is. That's what I gotta do. Maybe. Alright, so it says here, Jay is saying, okay, so 1 minute, let's go back, I've got a thing here. So Rolf says, amazing how you do this, appreciate that man, respect for that. Pan is saying, share knowledge, boost your dopamine levels. Yeah, my dopamine levels are off the freaking roof, man. Jay goes, close long from yesterday, in the morning, nice profit in short now. Nice, that's it. Play the range, man, that's what it is. Literally, you play it from low to mid, mid to high, high to mid, mid to low. That's what you gotta do, man. Until we break out, right? Price can just keep doing this for the next 2-3 days. You know, who gives a shit? So what else? Jameson saying this SR looks like it was flipped and retested from earlier back the top, before the top. Which SR are you talking about? Because I think I just missed that of what you were saying there. You just leave all the shit. So that's the target there, and that's the play. Let me remove all this shit. Cool. Because we are going to start looking at bullish market structures there. If we can get bullish market structure, what's going to happen? So the SR below 21k. This SR here you're talking about, this one here, this one, or are you talking about this one, the 20.786? This one, I'm guessing. I think that's a clear SR. Yeah, which is why I'm saying we got a scalping opportunity to potentially that's target 1 in it, right? Because this is again another range low, range high, mid range is here. What we can draw out another Fibonacci, and I can just prove it to you guys that it actually is a range, high to low, and we're at the mid range. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get some sort of reaction off the 5 minutes, for example, from yesterday's on the 15 minutes. One second. Yeah, so you can see this is a clear range right there, right? I mean, let me just swap the colors, right, so we don't get too confused. With this black, but as you can see, price made an initial high, came back down, goes back up, plays around there, choppy, back into this range here. He bounces off the range high, then he comes back up to approximately the range high itself. Obviously we've got this block over here, and it's now at the mid range. So we've got to see how this works there. We might not even get that freaking bounce I was looking for, you know, the SR one I was talking about. So it's a note from yesterday on 15 minutes. What's he talking about? I wish I actually saw what you were saying at the time you wrote it. I could have followed it quite well. Right, from yesterday's was here. I mean, I don't know. If you have an approximate number, I can figure it out for you. But yeah, so that's another thing. Someone told me, I believe it was Jay, it was marked at the 0.75% of that. This one you're talking about here. The 20.492 level, this area here. Is that what you're talking about, bro? Like we are below 21k, That's the thing is, there's this SR up here, which was yesterday's high really. I'm gonna move on. Otherwise, I can be here all day trying to figure out what Jameson is saying. If I can figure it out, I'll come back to it. Elizabeth's trying to get rid of you, Dan, Pan. Oh, is it the 6 cups he said? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, man, 6 cups is freaking nuts, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. So, yeah, bullish-wise, what can we do for bullishness in it? Because we've got, like, a lot of shit going on, man. I mean, like, we've got all this going on. We can't even break freaking highs, man. That's the problem we got here there. So, let's go on the 15 minutes and see what we can establish and where can we say bullish price action. Because I'll show you the bearish price action and whatnot, right? And we are going to go back to, can you give RSR a look, mate? Yeah, I'll do that. It's not a big deal. I can do that. Yeah. So, where was I? Yeah, bullish price action wise, how are we going to play this, right? I mean, ideally, you can't look at longs until a confirmation really comes down to here, really, right? If we can take out this high over here, right? That's the confirmation, and that's ultimate confirmation to say that, yeah, price is a lot more, is going to go higher. Where to, taking out these highs over here, these highs over there, right? So we're looking around the 23k marker and approximately 23.3k marker, right? So those are the areas we're looking for. And if you guys remember, right, I was saying to you guys, so you know, remember that range low of Q1? That's, I'll show you one day. Because we want to break it back into this area, right? Let me put a bit of thickness on these sheet. That and that, F2, cool, that's it. So this is a range band environment, okay? And ideally, when you get a breakout, no matter what way it's up or down, it doesn't really matter. We're looking for a retest, right? Now the retest of this, if we were to break higher, the retest could come off this high itself. So you could do something like this. So that's the high. You can do a retest here, hold above it and go a lot more higher. That's a perfectly fine retest, because then that will be consolidation, breakout, retest, expansion, right? The 4 simple rules of trading. Here, it's another thing as well. So we're now broken down below this range here. Is this a deviation or is it a breakdown to go a lot more lower, right? So ideally, we need a minimum of this low here, a retest of here, find resistance, and then we can start breaking down and say, yeah, this is just short, and we start playing level to level, to this level, to this level, and X, Y, and Z, right? That's what I'm looking for. So I know the whole crypto world at the moment on CT are going mad on. I saw it yesterday actually. So Trader SC is going along, right? This is fucking nuts now. So Trader SC, probably one of the biggest killers of the game, right? And I don't know anyone who can kill the game like he does, right? Trust me, because show me a trader who made 10k go to $1 million in a month. I'll wait, right? I'll wait. I swear to God, you're not gonna find that. You see a lot of people doing like 1k to 10k challenge, or the 1k to 100k challenge, but it's not gonna take them a month, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you've gotta be freaking solid, like a solid motherfucker right there, right? And anyway, so this is the thing is, SC has gone along, cool, all good. Problem is, right, the fucking CT world is killing his ass, talking shit to him, saying that you're better as a bear. But when he was a bear, back when we were up here, because I believe he went short of this SR here. Let me show you. This is an SR there, you know what I'm saying? So look, we've got this SR here, right, on the upside. This is the initial high. If price can reclaim up there, right, then we can say, yeah, long, off we go, okay? Then we can say, yeah, that's your confirmation, but this could be a potential play with stop loss over here, X, Y, Z. That's an SR there. At the same time, we've got another SR where, here, the moment he came here, like, you saw price come back into the range, right? To be honest, the moment it comes back into the range, off this range, you could say this is all an SR play right here, actually. This freaking magnet's pissing me off. This is all an SR play. Let me see. There we go. You see how we find resistance off this area here, off this low over there? That was an SR. Because remember the question I always say to you, when price comes, like if price gets out of the range, right, you're breaking out and it comes back in the range, you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck you doing back in the range? right? And if you're not asking that question, you're asking the wrong fucking question, because I don't know what the fuck you're looking at then, right? You're always gonna ask yourself what you're doing in the range. You shouldn't be in the range. If you're breaking out, you should be breaking out, right? Yeah, we had a bit of choppiness and stuff, but you gotta back up then. Don't fucking get back down, you dumb motherfucker. Unless you're trying to trick me, then I'll sell the fucking market. Then that's not a problem, innit? But you gotta always ask yourself what you're doing back in the range. Now, Trader SC, what? As David said, the GOAT, 100%. I don't know. I won't really argue with that. He went short around here. This is where he went short. Okay, he found off this SR, and the moment the price was making lower lows, right, and lower highs, right, off there, he said, Bryce, a lot of us, right, were looking for a breakout and come back up and whatnot, right? But he went short here. He was confirmation of short was right over there, okay? And he's been running the fucking short from, let's say, the level of 57k, right? 57k all the way down to where we are at 20k, fam, right? And he milked the shit out of it. Now people on Twitter are just going nuts. They're going nuts about SC. So you're better as a bear. What the fuck do you think? We think we're gonna go back down below here and break down, bro? We're not even below this all-time high, the previous all-time high. So chill your fucking means. There's no point getting upset, because we can come back up, find resistance off here, break down, or break down over here, whichever he wants to do, or you can even reclaim here, come back into this original range here, and all this was just a fucking deviation. You know what I'm saying? Slow down your beans, right? Don't rush, and don't think everything is bearish. Like, that's what you gotta do as a trader. And which is what I love about day trading, because you're able to split the difference between playing a bear and a bull. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all good, right? It's all good being bullish over here. From here, it's all good to be bullish. It's all here good to be bullish. Even here, or even here, or even here, even here. But the problem is, once we step back into SR ranges, key SRs, we're breaking down, right? If you're just looking at a macro, right, and you're just seeing this big spike up the candle there, you're like, we can't break down, we need to go to 100k, because you're measuring price with this area here. That's what you're measuring Bitcoin. End of the day, you gotta ask yourself this, right? You separate the emotions, right? This is all like alpha stuff for yourself, for your own good as well. I'm not like, I don't have to sit here and tell you all this shit, because at the end of the day, it doesn't do anything for me. But you gotta ask yourself simply, is that, are you married? Like, you know the question, are you marrying your bags? You gotta understand, are you being emotional? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're emotional about the trade itself and you're expecting up only, you're gonna make mistakes. How many of us, right? And don't get me wrong, even myself, I still got old bags holding from over here, man, from over here, and I've been holding it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna, like, for example, I got some bunch of Kibas. I got what? A bunch of gold coins. I got a few, not a lot. I got a few. I got some USDT. I'm holding some USDT to actually step into the market. And when you go into that, is the market ready, primed to actually go long? Do we start buying crypto? Do we buy crypto for the sake of having a short-term bounce over here? Or do we buy crypto for a short-term bounce here? Or do we buy crypto for a reclaim of this range low? You know, these are all the questions you gotta ask yourself and prepare yourself in the long term, right? Don't play for today and then expecting end of the year we're gonna go Bitcoin to 100k. Nah, man, who's gonna fucking buy Bitcoin at 100k? What's Bitcoin gonna do for you? Well, the economy is going to shit, right? Which brings me back to ES in a bit. We'll talk about ES in a moment. But yeah, Asgard in the house. Oh, yo, Yuki's here too as well. We've got Lone here as well. This morning he mentioned that he closed his lungs based on gut feeling. Ah, man, if he has a gut feeling, I don't like that. Let's have a look. Well, he closed his lungs. You know why? Because I just discussed this actually. Because I broke it down over here. What price is doing on 15 minutes. And yeah, here we go. And he was right, because what he's doing right now, right, SC is doing the smart game, which is literally playing range to range, in it, highs to lows. That's what he's playing right now, innit? The smart guy to do that, and he did the right thing, close his lungs. Because look, he closed his lungs what time? Like in the morning. I'm guessing knowing him, he woke up at 6 o'clock. Knowing him, he definitely woke up at 6 o'clock. So he must have closed his lungs around here, and it makes sense, because if you look here, right, And this is how you prepare yourself. It takes time, it takes practice. But these SRs I'm showing you, these levels, and what I'm saying to you, the initial high, they're all key words you've got to understand and go back and play it yourself, man. So yeah, look at what's happened there. So you see how the price got choppy there, right? We made this high up here, which is fine. But if we're gonna go back down, we're looking for price to come back down, hold as support, get back up, break this high, off we go, and let's go to the next target. But look what happened to the price there. We come back down, get a deviation, shank down. He was right. He closed his lungs and got feeling because he was fucking right. That's what it is. And we just showed you plans on how to play the trade all the way back down to mid-range, potentially 25% of the range, previous all-time high, and taking that Monday's low. Because we've taken out Monday's high plenty of times, and we're taking out highs. We're making higher highs and stuff apart from this time. Now we've rejected up where? Let's have a look. Control Y. Let's have a look. So this is we didn't reject up here. Initial bounce. There's initial bounce. Show me BTC is quite weak at the moment. You know why? I'll show you this. So just like we did here, got high, made a high, right? And the moment he makes this high, finds resistance, the first bounce, right? The first bounce I went down. So when I say bounce, it's like bounce like this and then goes back up, right? Then he goes down, right? So you see that pattern here. This is the initial bounce that went back up to here, okay? I'm looking at it for somewhere over here. Even if you don't spot it, you can go on the 5 minutes, right? Let me just delete all this shit. Got the 5 minutes. You should be able to see a bit more clearly, right? I'm just gonna do this for you guys, man, because you guys are good people. All right, you can say, yeah, you can see that price went up. So I got down, took out the highs, liquidity is taken out. And this is the initial bounce. This is the initial bounce, right? I wouldn't say it's this because we've taken out the highs there. It's this. The first bounce out here where price got back up, we reacted off somewhere. Obviously it reacts off whatever highs and shit like that, right? So now look at this level here. If I highlight this, and then you can see how it holds support there. Now let's go back on the 15 minutes and I'm going to show you something without even doing it myself. Right, I haven't done this with this live. It's all experience here, but you're going to see something quite what's happening and why SC's gut feeling is absolutely right. You see what's happened here? Let's just tighten it up. There we go. And let's tighten this up there. Cool. No, we're tightening. No, we're not. This is the initial bounce. And there we go. That's the type. Can you see what happened here? You see how this plays out really well? We have not even bounced off here. We didn't even come into this block here, this part of consolidation, to come into price, react, and then bounce off the initial bounce and then go here. Do you remember I told you about the SR over here? If price, wherever the SR was, I forgot what it was, yeah, the initial high, if price come back into here and it breaks down, that's what exactly happened here. You know why? Let me show you. This is all like teaching shit for you as well anyway. I'm just going to 15 minutes, so we're on the 15 minutes. The initial high made the price go down lower. So this is it here. This was the initial high, send the market all the way back down lower, right? And this is where the problem is. I don't think we're ready for a breakout. I don't think we are, right? But we're going to understand something here. That's the first 15 minutes up candle. That's in the market down, all the way down lower, alright? We agree with that? You have to because that's what happened. Okay? We talked about the initial bounce over here. And I said to you before, when I was making plans, off here after 15 minutes, the 15 minutes off here, we said we'd like a retest off here, right? Final rejection, breakdown, and off we go. Initial bounce, let's go down lower. Find the resistance off here, and this here will be your confirmation hard stop up here. Does that make sense? And you can make the same shit off the 1 minute, the 15 minutes, the 1 hour, the daily, the weekly, the lot. That's the same principle I've just showed you there. Okay? So, but the thing is, right, price didn't even do this here. Price just did something else completely different. It just literally rejected off the initial bounce. Off here, it sends back down. Which means to me that price is weak. Makes sense, innit? Remember I talked about the bouncy ball? If you throw, you got a bouncy ball, you're bouncing it, right? So you drop it from this high here, right? And you drop it down low. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna return to the same velocity and the same point of height, right? Because the velocity, gravity, and the energy just gets removed, right? So the energy of the ball gets removed. It's the same thing over here. The energy of the push is getting removed because how much energy is gonna have unless it comes back up. Start breaking down, retest over here, reclaims there. That's another thing. But instead, all we've done, we lost potential power, potential strength. So I bet you, if SC was up at freaking Asian time at 3:30 in the morning, and we see this over here, I bet you any money he would have exited around there. And I've just given you alpha for free. How that works. Let's see what's going on with the chat. So S is go hit some likes. I think in pan. Yeah. So got a feeling. Jay. So this is my favorite TA channel now. Thanks for the daily teaching, brother. Oh, bro, it's my pleasure, man. My pleasure. As got some BTC moving like a BH compared to ES. I agree. We'll go to that in just a moment. About 11ish. Dagsy, is that when he left? I don't know what's going on. As I say, it's hard. It's a hard time to really find support there, and then the wick in the middle looks like pretty nice too. And there's not enough excess at the current lows. Usually for a proper bottom, you want to see a nice wick or something. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, before taking profit and whatnot. I mean, ideally, when price come up to here, I wouldn't mind if Monday's low was taken out, and that would have given us more power to actually go back up. But we didn't do that, so which makes me think: do we do this? Do we break down and come back to Monday's low, taking out this low? So that's the thing is. Now I was saying, how do we get the ultimate confirmation, the real confirmation to go higher? I've said this before. I'm gonna say this again one more time, right? Is that we have to reclaim this because this is the initial bounce, which has caused a bit of an issue right here. Even if we come up here, all we've done is come back into this consolidation, which means that it's a stop run which can come up to here and break down. Confirmation will be down here, break down over here, and we'll go down back low. Okay, that's a potential play. But the moment we take out this high here and we find support, off we go. Bob's your uncle. This is your confirmation here. If you want to hold for further confirmation, off we go. Let's go higher. Then we start taking out these highs which I mentioned over there. Okay, that's the trade there for BTC. Now, going into, is it time to buy alts? Don't forget subtitles, I will do so. I'll have a look at that for you as well. Bam Bam, really good to have you here. Pan smoking off for a smoke. Good man. And then Lone said he closed all his longs last night about midnight. Closed all longs. Something feels off. We'll see tomorrow. I can always get back. It's true. Can always get back in. If we hold back above here, we can start playing up to this level here, this level there, breakout. You know, that's the confirmation, and that's what he's looking for. Because if I know SC and I understand how he trades, right? Because I trade very similar to this guy as well, right? I'm not saying I'm sick as he is, but I'm just saying, right? Is that the meat of the move, right? All these moves over here. This is the focus of this trade. So why not play it off? Come back down here, which is I showed you the shorting plan, right? Why not do that? Because price has come back into this here. How many times are we gonna? I mean, it is an SR. It is a play over here, but right from there to there. But it's a risky move. Just take your profit, and price come back down. You can always get back in. Like we talked about it with Trader NJ on his show in terms of where would I enter? I mean, like I don't mind missing all this move here. If I was spot buying, right? I wouldn't mind missing this move here because all we're talking from here, 20.7k to about, let's say 21.7k. That's $1,000, yeah. Dude, even if I have $1,000, I don't give a shit about $1,000 in price for BTC because if BTC were to move, right, it will make $1,000 in a day, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather wait for confirmation. Confirmation means if the moment price gets above here and holds above it, which basically means that the probability of it going back down, right, is a lot more less than it going back up. Because going up means more probability. Why? Because we're taking out highs. Bullish market structure. You know what I'm saying? Let me remove that. Bullish market structure. How do we get bullish market structure? I'll show you right here. Low, high, low, high, low, and then looking for this high. This is bullish market structure, right? The fact that we come down lower, it's not looking good. take out this lows here, we're definitely going to over here. Alright, cool. That's BTC. Now the point I want to say, let's see, the range on the chart is that Monday's range. I believe it is, you know. 20th of Jan. Yeah, 20. So yeah, so no, it's Monday's range is 20. Yeah, that is Monday's range. Yeah, it is Monday's range. That is Monday's range I've used there. Alright? So the meat of the move, like I said, is Monday's range. Now, the question is, I want everyone to start thinking. Remember I said to you that we could potentially get off a play of this, right? Where is this? Where is it? Yeah. I was saying to you guys, midway through the stream, that we could actually potentially come back and play off this. This low here, to either come back, break down and come back lower, or we can come back up, break down, come back lower, or we can come back up and range bound before we either break above it, because that's a range bound environment, or we break down below it, whichever. But, right, which means we start looking at alts. That's the big question, looking at alts, okay? How do we look at alts, and what do we use as a barometer, and how can we... Is it time to buy it or is it not time to buy? Because we're looking at BTC and Ethereum a lot, right? Which is all good. Oh, fucking battery died again. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Give me a second, lads. And I see someone mentioning about, what you call it? One second, lads. One second. Bear with me just a moment. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Camera's coming back on. Just a moment there. Oh shit, that's not right. Let me go to mode, menu. Okay. Menu. USB streaming. Alright, let's put this back on. Right, it's about to come back on. There. So let's go back to video capture. View 1. There we go. Good. Sounds all good as well. Appreciate that. Yeah. So I was saying that we need to start measuring the barometer of what we can do for Ethereum. Let me start again. Oh. Coffee's gone cold. What the fuck? That's nasty. Ugh. Yeah, I was saying that when we start looking at this move over here for a bounce, because why? We got initial high, and you're gonna get a reaction because look, resistance. We're looking at support over here, right? So ideally, we can have an initial bounce up to here, right? From there, either price breaks down below it and then come back down, and then we do break down further, blah blah, or does price do something like this? Gets back to range low because that was the range low. That's range high, and then breaks down. That's your confirmation to go a lot more lower, or does price come back into here and range bound in this area? Obviously this is a key area over there. It's a range bound environment. Do we break up and then go a lot more higher, or do we break down and go a lot more higher? That's 3 scenarios I've showed you. There's a potential play, which means if price were to do something like that, right? Whether Bitcoin goes from 20 point, well, at the moment it's sitting around 20.8k, or does it come back to 25.3k, which is what, 4.7k worth of move? Alt's gonna go up. Whether it's gonna be a 50% move or 2x, 3x, who knows, right? But alt is gonna move because price is going back up, just like with BTC. Ethereum's gonna follow suit. Your alts are gonna follow suit after with Ethereum, right? Or whether price come back to 29k. 29k from 20.8k. That's what, an 8k move? Alts is gonna move. Or does price come back into the range and holds above it? And if BTC is range bound and Ethereum start to push up, for example, alts is gonna move. Why not? We play the game of actually buying alts and start pumping the shit out of it. Someone's already mentioned AVAX. I saw here seconds ago. I don't know who it was. Yeah, powerful. Shout out to that brother. He's saying AVAX has been smashing it over the last couple of days. We're going to touch the AVAX in just a moment and have a look at what's going on there, and we're going to see trying to Elise, not easy. Elise the trader on CT. He's a good lad, he is, man. I like that guy. But yeah, so just right the move. Because look, we've had some nasty ass fucking dump from here, man. 69k all the way down to freaking 20k. 17k. This hasn't been nice to any of us, you know what I'm saying? So why can't we just take some money off the market? If it's a bearish bounce, it's a bearish bounce, isn't it? So what gives a flying fuck? Play the fucking move. That's what we gotta do. Make some money out of it. It's all good to it's all good to day trade and scalp and this and that, right? But let's just make some spot moves, isn't it? Or if we're holding alts, like I am, I'm definitely holding alts, and I'm sure many of us are. If someone tells me they're not holding alts, and fucking fair play to you, unless you're chatting shit to me, right? Then fuck you too, innit? sorry. But if you're holding alts, we can offload our alts, innit? I don't need to offload them shit. I don't lie to you. So Zombie saying, how do you think is Matic likely going to relate to BTC over the weekend? Forget to close a short on Matic, which didn't get filled initially, but had a run when I was asleep. Nicely read now. Oh man, Zombie. I hate these comments, you know when someone's saying they're red. XRP priming pairing is looking primed as well as the neck. Let's have a look at all these motherfuckers. But right, before we do so, how do we monitor this? Right, I'm gonna show you how we do it. Do we use Ethereum? Nah, I wouldn't use Ethereum. I use something called ETHBTC. This chart is the daddy of all alts chart. You know what I'm saying? Right, this should be your best friend. Right, I'm gonna tell you why. BTC. Right, here's the explanation. You notepads out if you don't know this, right, and write this down, right. And I'm going to put it on the wall so you guys can always remember this, right. So no matter what, right, BTC is always going to be king, right. Let me just put my face there so you guys can see shit. It's lesson time, motherfuckers. Pay attention. So yeah, BTC is always going to be king, right. Now when BTC is king, which basically means whatever the king decides he wants the fuck to do, it will do in it. And everyone else, like the prince, the princess, all the servants and shit like that, they're gonna follow suit because the king has spoken his word, is gonna say what he wants to do, right? We agree with that. But we know the prince, right, which is Ethereum in the story, that the prince is gonna be the next in rule, right? Not the one in rule, the next one in rule. So if the king decides to piss off and fucking piss about with some girls on the side from another country kind of shit, the prince takes over, right? So which is what we're trying to see. Do the king fucks off to another country and sees another chick in it at the same time so the prince can take over? Ethereum is your prince. Ethereum is where your alts are. Most alts are run alongside with Ethereum. Well, they all do. You can say what you want to say, but Ethereum is the key because what happens is money flows from BTC. So BTC is here. Money flows all the way to Ethereum, and Ethereum it flows back to alts, or it moves to the alts, right? Because they start trickling down. And then from alts, goes back to BTC. Take profits from BTC, USD, whatever bullshit. That's the way the money flows. It's BTC to Ethereum, Ethereum to alts. Obviously, you got your majors, your mids, and your low caps and whatever, but that's the key. That's the key. So, bearing that in mind, Ethereum BTC is our barometer. That's the way we measure. Do we buy alts? Or do we sell the fucking shit out of it? Right? I can tell you how, and I'll give you examples in just a moment. Sorry, guys. Alright? So, 1 minute. Rugis is saying it's at resistance. Yeah, you're right, but hear this out. We'll go through it in just a moment. Right? This is where it gets interesting, and this is where I think that we have a potential buy coming up, but we need to see some sort of support. Now, if the more this pumps up, right? So you see here, right? So the more this pumps up, goes up, right? Then that means not only is ETH is stronger than BTC, you're also gonna pump up with it as well. So you got your alt BTC prime, and these kind of trades they start pushing up a lot more higher, right? So that's what's happening, right? So and if Ethereum BTC goes a lot more lower, that means that Ethereum's losing the strength against BTC, which means BTC's taking over. So there's word back from the king. He's back from the other countries. Come take his throne back in it, right? And that's what's happened. Price has moved up. And it's range bound. It's another range bound environment here. How do I pick this range, right? For those who doesn't know, let me show you. I picked it from the weekly meet. That's what it is. So you see this high here and this low here. You can't disagree that this is a range bound environment, right? So that's how I picked up my ranges, okay? Now, Now, let's look at this, right? So we go back on the daily, and we're going to show you a few more things. I'm going to break this down, and we're going to talk about how we're going to use this as for alts. Now, when I pick a range, and I've said this over and over again, I'm going to do this like 1,000 times so they actually include into your head so you guys can type it up before I say it, is that I pick my ranges, I start looking at the mid-range. Does the mid-range tell me a story, okay? Does it have support, resistance, is it choppy, right? You can see it's choppy, right? That's number one. Price is choppy. Does it tell me a story as well? So obviously when price goes down, deviates of it, price gets back below it, finds resistance, gets choppy, finds resistance, gets back below it, finds support, deviates back below it, and it's choppy. You can see a deviation, we get back up, then we come back down, and we start choppy over here in this area. Then what happens then? We find resistance, sells off to take out these lows over here, you know, these double bottoms over there. Okay, so that's what's happened. That's the price there, and someone said that. Bruger said that ETHBTC is at resistance. I agree with you. Yes, you are absolutely right. This is resistance because that's the low, and we're finding resistance. How does it tell me more story? Yes, it does. Let me show you what I mean. Right. So on the daily, right, you can find all this is resistance. All this is resistance. We had a clean shank below, right? This is the initial low, and price has done deviations below a few times. So now we're back into this area here. Do I buy alts now? No, I don't fucking do. Alright? How do I use it to buy alts? Alright? Now, this is where it comes down to back to range bound plays. Okay? I need to see, right? I need to see with my eyes physically, and you guys need to do the same as well, is that price needs to get back up above it and hold this range low. The moment it does that, something like that, that's your freaking confirmation to go a lot more higher. Target 1, go to target 2, and then target 3. That's and when price does this, and then you can enter there as confirmation. You can actually enter here with stop loss over here, obviously, because that's your deviation. But if we do get below this range and start finding resistance, it's your key to say, you know what, fuck this, I was wrong. But this is the key. This is the key I'm looking for. A pattern that does that, and when it does this, then we can step into alts. You know what I'm saying? Someone said about total 2, Asgard in it, right? It's a pretty nice chart also. I agree with you, but let's have a look at it in just a moment there. So that's what's showing me right here. If the price can re-establish this level, which is 0.05536, right? If you can, no, actually I got it pinpoint here, 0.055332, all right? If we can hold that level, then we have opportunities to go a lot more higher, back into the range from 25% to 50%, and then we'll see we reclaim, go up a lot more higher, all the way back up to 0.082, which is far-fetched. It can be far-fetched, but who knows? Who knows? So this is why we're going to monitor it, and this is going to be the key to understand, do we buy alts? Capiche? Let's see. So how do you think? Oh yeah, so Matic, we'll go to Matic in a moment. XRP, total 2, so not a pretty nice chart. Yeah, that's it, total 2. Let's have a look. So I've got total 2 here, right? Fucking, let's have a look at it, right? It is a nice chart, but it's looking like BTC in it, right? So look, this is the previous all-time high, as you guys can see it. I want to make this a bit more thicker so you guys can see it, if you guys on your phone, right? Does that make sense? Right, that's the previous all-time high, and here is your range bound thingy. It's a range bound environment right here. You understand? Now, I was showing to you that that we are at resistance. Bruger's currently said that ETHBTC is at resistance. He's absolutely right. And I was saying to you that if we reclaim that 0.055332, whatever the number was, right? You guys can rewind it back. That's the key for us to go in. Now you can use total 2. This total 2 basically means it's all the crypto market cap that every market cap excluding BTC. So that's your Ethereum, your Solana, your Doge, your AVAX. DOT, the lot, every crap coin, whatever you want to call it as well, yeah? However, look, for us to get confirmation of this one, look at this. We need to reclaim this level here. Once we reclaim this level, then we're like, alright, then cool, then this is where we start playing the long game. But we're at 513 billion, right? And to reclaim the level 614 billion, we're talking about $100 billion worth of money to go back into alts. Then we can say, yeah, that's a claim, which is why I prefer the ETHBTC chart, because we're just at resistance. if it does this and hold it, for example, I bet you, for example, that total 2 chart wouldn't even be in this area here. I bet you that. All right, well, we'll see. So, but which is as bad as right. You can use that. You can definitely use that because look, it gives us an opportunity to come out. When did it give us an opportunity to come out? Fucking 27th of December, man. That was a retest. We sang back lower. That was it. The moment we come back into this range, you got to ask yourself what the fuck you doing in this range. You understand? So that's it. What else are we gonna go through? Ooh, let me go for dollar. Right. So dollar is breaking down and it is doing what we want it to break down to, right? And I was saying to you that yesterday that come back into this area here of this breakdown, especially we break off this trend line, we're good to go a lot more lower, taking these lows over here. Confirmation for dollar, why we're going to go lower, is if we get back into this range, final resistance, this is your confirmation here, but this is also a trade for you to enter longs against the dollar pair, right? The reason why I got that line, I'll show you. As you can see, price is range bounding in this area here. It's an SR. That was SR. There's no ranges here. It's an SR, right? SR level right there. You see that? I bet you if I put in a range, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Let me just put this in there. This is a long ass stream, man. I really appreciate you guys actually staying on the stream, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Love to you guys. Fucking hell, man. Even this SR tells you a good story here. Look at this. Look at this mid-range holding out. Mid-range deviation, hold it there. We get back with resistance, support, deviation, get back below it, bang, found resistance off there, and off we go, right? And you know, so you can use that as a range as well, which can narrow down prices from there to there to there to there. All right, makes sense. So let's just remove that, right? So that's the play that I'm looking for long your forex, like for example GBP, USDT, and stuff like that, right? Which makes me, let me actually have a look. GBP, USDT. I just want to have a look at something, right? Because I did have an no, not Binance, fuck that. USDT is FX. GBP, not GB, GBP, USDT. No, USD. FXing. That's it. There we go. Ah, bastard. Okay. I had I think a range bound environment over here. You can see that this is a 5 years range that we've got right here. Perfect. You see it's fucking, I love ranges so much, man. I love it. We literally bounce off this high there, which makes me a bit iffy. I would have preferred it run this low here, come back up there, but then obviously come back up, target 1, scalp it there. That's another range bound play. Going back to target 2 and then target 3, and you know, you get the point. So I can actually do that afterwards. So what's saying? XRP pair is looking prime. Let's look at XRP for a moment there. Nice. Okay, what are these levels I've got here? I've got a bunch of levels here. Cancel that. Control Z. Cool. Let me make this a bit more cleaner. This, do I need it? Yeah, let's leave it there. Let's focus on this blue line here. Can you guys see this blue line here? Let's put the thickness on there so you guys can see if you guys are on the phone. And I'm going to show you something. Range bound environment. Alright, this is freaking perfect anyway. This is the low, mother. This is the low, and that's the high. Price is range bounding in this area. Right? Yeah, we got price got up, come back in, comes up, but we'll step back into this range, okay? Now, XRP is saying it's looking primed, which was noted by ZDNEC. So let's have a look at what we can do over here, right? It's looking good actually, to be honest. Fucking hell, look at this motherfucker right there. You see this low here? I'll try to look at the proper line actually. See this low here? Smashed above it, man. Nice though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Come back into this range. I mean, we've got another trend line, you can say, right here. So yeah, we've got this trend line coming up there. So what I'd say, if you're looking to actually long XRP, confirmation would be breakout. Confirmation would be if we break out of this, reclaim that 25% of the range. This is your trigger take out this highs over here. I'd say take out target 1, target 2, looking to go all the way to target 3, which is the mid-range. Okay, that's XRP there for you. Do we reclaim and go higher? We'll work it out when the time comes. Okay, so that's XRP there. At the same time, let's just have a look at the freaking 1 hour, see what's going on there. Nice clean smash though, but you see this, right? This is where I've got a bit of an issue. My issue is this pump out of nowhere, right? Because I know XRP still got a freaking case on their fucking ass, aren't they? Let's have a look. Do we have an SR here? It's a bit of a funky one, I ain't gonna lie to you. So I would like to see. Let's see. I bet you this, right? Okay, if I do range low, range high, where does it come back to? Right, so let's change the colour. You can see that, man. So, alright. So we can mark some scenarios here. Let's mark some scenarios, okay? We got the pullback scenario, which is what's happening right now. We're finding resistance. Pullback scenario is to where, okay? Do we come back into here? We can hold above it. We can start targeting this high, break out, and then we can start playing over to mid-range. From the mid-range, hold above it, we can start playing to 25% of the range, taking out this high over here, and then we've got all this liquidity over there, which we can play up back to range high. Okay, I'll probably take profits midway through there. Okay, that's one pullback for the breakout. The next pullback is we can look at this, right? So we have price. See, it's a bit of a iffy one. Hang on, look on the 4 hours for a second. See what we got here. All right, I think 4 hours is a little bit more clear. All right, then what we got here. I think it comes back to here, man, to be honest. I think it comes, yeah, this looks like it can come back to range low, because this is a deviation of the range low of this range here. Shit, put this over there. 1 second. Mother. There we go. That's the deviation of the range. Okay, so the moment we step back in, I would like to come back to range low, hold above it. This is your trigger, going back to target 1, come into target 2 over here. We can hold, do something like this, go to target 3, 4, done, trade's done. Okay, and we can play it longer if we do the breakout plan, which I showed seconds ago. Okay, that's what I'll be looking to go for. So XRP, would I start longing? No, chill the fuck out. All right, we've got the weekends coming out, right? We've seen many horrible weekends, right? So don't get too excited. Just take it one step at a time. All right, let's have a look. So what's it again? Reclaim range low, get investing. Yuki saying have to go. Oh, take care, Yuki, man. Appreciate that. Asgard saying oil looking like it might bounce after a little downturn. Joel says evening from Thailand, listening. Sorry for being like, dude, you don't have to apologize for nothing, man. Appreciate you coming here, man. Thank you so much for that. Wei saying XRP Doge for old people. It is a very old coin, but they have the potential to actually do massive gains, just like freaking what you call it, Doge. I think Doge would be a massive one. Let's look at Doge for a second. Actually, it's a very good point to look at Doge. Thank you for that, Joel. Wei. Master, appreciate all your work, man. Great to you, man. Mashallah. Alhamdulillah, man. You know, at the end of the day, if I can just spread knowledge, just spread the knowledge at the same time, innit? You know what I'm saying? And we're all here to learn, you know. So, trying to make some money to make our life a lot more easier. And I am actually kind of fancying freaking Dogecoin. Alright, I'm going to do this last one, and I'm going to call it a day. Alright? So, Doge. Let's have a look at what's going on here. I need to redo my ranges, to be honest, but I'm just going to focus on this area because I know you can see range higher, mid-range, range low. I think it's slightly, I'll have to alter it, but it worked out fine, to be honest, for a trade to come back up there and send back lower. Anyway, so I've got this block here. Oops, can you guys see that now? Right, so the blue little thing, that's the thing I'm going to focus on right now. Okay, I've got price was consolidating in this blue box here. And all it's done so far is smashed above and we come back for a full retest, which is perfectly fine, right? And I think that's quite cool because you know why? Not only did we take out this, did we take a stop loss over here? Let's have a look. What's the low on this one? The low on this one was 4958, and the low on this one was 4914. Yeah, so it took out the stop. So we literally, not only that, this low here from this consolidation, we did a stop run. You can literally see, can you see that wick right there? Let me just remove this, and I'm going to remove that. Can you see that wick there? We've literally just taken out the stops. Taking our stops, come back into the range, and we'll go back up. And Doge is looking quite strong there, you know. Why? Because we've come back above the range. This, the consolidation which price was playing, and the fact is, if we can hold above it, why can't we go to target 1 here, take out this high over here, target 2 there, up from this low here, and we'll work our way slowly up this range itself. So I think Doge is quite decent in my opinion. But let's have a look. Go on the 4 hours, maybe I can actually zoom into it and see something out of it. Do that for a second. Yeah, I don't know what I've highlighted. Oh yeah, these were all the plans I had. Does this have significance there? Does this have significance right there? Yeah, it does. Okay, so if you want to play confirmation play, I mean, moment it holds above it, holds this level, which is 6.8. Let's call it 69 cents, right? Holds above it. Play this, target 1, get above it, and we can start playing to this low over here. That's target 2. This low here, get above, look at target 3, this high over there, go into target 4 there. At the same time, it's a range bound environment that's happening right here. Because you can see, price has been consolidating over here. And let me get rid of this. Price is consolidated from this high to this low. Let's have a look. Did it tell me something? Let me use this low over here. Did it tell me something? Yeah, that's the range right here. What I've highlighted. So basically, it's from this wick over here to this high over here. That's what it's used. You can see the first half of the range, whole support at mid range, come deviated, finds support, deviates it, gets below it, and sends that one over. Okay, so that's the story right there. Okay, so then, which means if we want to start entering a trade, let price get above it, hold it, which is 0.669, yeah, 6895, let's call it 0.069 cents. Hold it, we play it to target 1, which comes into, let's say, 75 cents, and then we go to the mid range. I mean, I'll probably take target, yeah, I'll say target 1, target 2, which is around the 7 cents, and then target 3 at mid range, which is at 82 cents. Sorry, 0.82 cents, and then we hold above it, target 3, target 4, and that's the range bound play. And then we'll see what happens then. Do we get above it and then come back into this range and we do play this on blah blah blah. Yeah, does that make sense? So yeah, appreciate all this actually. We've gone on for a long time. This has gone on for like a good an hour 10 minutes or so, an hour 12 minutes. I really appreciate that. I did start a little bit late. But yeah, that's it for me. I mean, if you guys have any questions, shoot away, man. Shoot away. I'm gonna have a cigarette in the meantime as well. Q&A time. Anyone, unless you guys don't have anything, just say you don't have anything and just chill out then. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate your comments, James, and you're a good, a really good guy, man. Appreciate that. Big love for that. Fucking hell, the fucking battery's gone off on that one. On the phone, on the charger. Can you guys hear me now? Is that still alright? Let me just hide this for a moment. Let me hide. How do I hide this? Are you using RSIs? No, I'm not using RSIs to be honest. I'm just literally using off the charts. So whatever the chart is telling me is literally, I'm just following what price is saying. So, like I said, I've never ever used RSIs. You guys have never seen me use an RSI on there. But I've just watched how price is. So if price goes back into the range, I'm just playing it back to mid-range back to range high. So that's what it is I'm using. I mean, RSIs has been telling us that, like, people who've been using RSIs on crypto Twitter, if you guys see, I'm not gonna name names, but I think they've been using RSIs for so long, from like freaking 60k. So yeah, okay, we're gonna pull back at 44k. The RSI is still looking bullish. Then he went back to 28k. RSI still looking bullish. Went to 20k. RSI still looking bullish. I don't know, like how to use RSIs.
it's a tricky one to play. I think RSIs they are under the term of indicators, which basically means they help you to identify whether it's good, whether your trade to go up or down is supported. That's what it is. So if I use RSIs, no, I don't use RSIs. I don't use any sort of indicators because they're indicators, you know. Like, yeah, RSI is only for divergences, I think. No, not necessarily. People actually use RSIs for as an indicator to look for a possible reversal, which comes as their divergence, and they look for lows and highs as well. So if the RSI is oversold, they start looking to start offloading their position, for example, or if the RSI is undersold, overbought. If you're overbought, they start looking to offload their bags, and if the RSI is at the bottom range of the thingy, they're starting to load up their bags. You know what I'm saying? So useful confirmation of movement. Yeah, Joel's right. Absolutely, you got the right idea there. Where he says thank Dank, textbook order block concept makes so much sense after few. Yeah, man, appreciate that, man. Trading is quite simple though. I mean, I make it look simple. It's not simple. But it's repetition. It really is repetition. The more you repeat yourself, right, and you do this over and over again, and even you play this video over and over again, it's for your own benefit, you know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna do any harm by just studying and trying to work out what are all the blocks, what is price is telling me, because it's price that's giving you the story, not the RSIs, not the freaking VGs and BGs and FMGs, VMGs. I don't know what the fuck they call it, man. But it's not that. It's the price is telling you a story. And I love range bound plays. SC is a very SR guy. He's a very heavily SR guy. But I think ranges does a lot of the storytelling. It breaks it down easy for me. And I believe SC was using ranges back in the days. But now when you become a pro, you don't need these 25% ranges, because he can see it without fucking using it himself. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about breaking it down. That's what it is. So Hunter's saying, as I don't have a big account for leverage, can you tell us how to find a good scalping opportunity or setups? I did so. I did show the scalping opportunities on BTC, and let's see how that's going. Yeah, let's come back into the range. I was right. Fucking bin man's collecting the bins right now, man. Making a lot of noise, these motherfuckers. But yeah, I showed the scalping opportunity from high, from here going down back to 25% mid-range potentially these levels over here. I did show it there. Run it back to the stream, you'll be able to see it there. So these are your scalping opportunities that I've showed. Joe says, yeah, so Hunter says I don't, yeah, but power 4. Yeah, divergence is the only good thing about an RSI. Price action is going up, but RSI goes down. Could be a good indicator that there isn't enough balls. True. Absolutely true. So it depends on it. Like, some people use it. There are people who actually use RSIs, and I would say to you guys to use RSIs if it's beneficial for you. Don't use it because everyone else is using it. Don't fucking do that. That's a bit dumb, that is. Just use what is good for you. That's what it is. Any more chills? Anyone wants to chat? David says, real big thanks for what you're doing. This is life changing intel. Bro, end of the day, man, like I said to you now, I said this to you on Twitter in DM, that like I'm gonna come down to you one day in Belgium to one of your restaurants, and I want you to tell me that you got like 4 or 5 different restaurants. I know you said you're happy with the one and so on, but at the end of the day, like, that's the thing is, me personally, I like pushing myself further than what I'm capable of. Because I believe that us human beings, we have no capabilities. There's no limit to our capabilities, you know what I'm saying? Because we limit ourselves when we listen to people's bullshit. We limit ourselves when we start thinking to ourselves we can't do, because we're listening to people's bullshit. There's no such thing as a limit to us. We are capable of many things. Like, look, I'm a Muslim in it, right? So as a Muslim, we believe like there's four faculties of the soul, which is anger, intelligence, envy, and desire. Now, to master myself as a human being, as a Muslim, we believe that anger is a good thing, envy is a good thing, and jealousy is a good thing. But when it's mastered with intelligence, intelligence is the key, which is what we're given. Animals aren't given intelligence, you know what I'm saying? So like a bull isn't given intelligence. A bull is gonna chase after that red flag or the red cape. You know, a bear is just gonna eat fishes and shit or pick up honey like Winnie the Pooh. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like as long if we can use intelligence to master our angers when we're trading, when we're angry, we got look for example, right? We're expecting the good price to go higher, and I've got a stop loss over here, for example, Monday's that. Now price broke down, went to the mid range, start holding up, gone to 25%, and start doing this, and it stops me out. Now I can be pissed off, and it's perfectly fine to be pissed off. I can use my anger, but I gotta use my fucking truck and making a lot of noise out there. But I can use my 1 second. Freaking disturbing the neighborhood and shit. But yeah, I can use my anger to be like, you know what, I fucked up and I'm pissed off. How did I fuck up? Where could I actually use to learn? What can I have done differently so I don't get stopped off this one off? So if I was, let's say I got a small account of $1,000 and I'm risking, I don't know, like 10%, right? Like 10%, let's say 5%, right? And I'm risking $50 and I get stopped out. I lost $50 now. Now my account from $1,000 is $950. What can I do differently so I don't lose $50? And I'd rather lose $25, for example. But you see, when price was breaking down back in the range, and Dainks said to you, when price gets back in the range, you got to ask yourself what the fuck you're doing back in the range. There's your position to cut. Once we got to this, okay, you want to hold it at the mid range, and you believe you're still bullish as well because you still got a stop loss off here. You're wrong on this idea, which is fine. You can start thinking, all right, then cool. This price was holding here, looking good. But the moment it gets back below here, finds resistance off the mid range. It was my another opportunity to cut the trade, so I don't lose the full $50. So we gotta remove the limit and always look for opportunities to grow and build ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way of us, you know, exceeding, because you guys are here, right? There's 27 people here, and I love that. I love the fact there's a lot of people here, and I'm really, really grateful for this. Thank you so much for everyone for actually attending the show. Smash the likes as well. Really, really love you guys, man. 29 people here. And the thing is, take care, Asgard. Appreciate that. And the thing is, you gotta understand is that most people in the space are leaving the space right now. Why? Because the market's going down, innit? And we're saying, and I'm saying to you, there's a potential move to go back into this area, well, at least minimum over here, and then potentially go over here. Even if price were to break down here, we still got a meat of the move that we can actually play on alt or ETH or BTC or whatever you want to play. And once we start breaking down, we can exit our trades and still make a bit of profit. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's a learning curve. We can learn how this range band plays here. Let me just remove all that. Let me just bring this up here. I'm just going to move this here. And we can learn how a range band plays. So price can get up and hold back up, and then boom, off it goes. At the same time, you know, the price gets hold up here, boom, there's another trade. Price gets up here, boom, there's another trade. And you can start learning a trading market on a short-term bear market, you know. So there's a lot of opportunities to learn, and I think those who actually learn now are gonna make a massive killing when it comes to the next bull market, whether it's this year, next year, or 2024. God knows, but we're gonna make it, you know. And that's how you know, survive, and that's how you give yourself and your family a better opportunity. So end of the day, it's all about, like, many of us are still working 9 to 5s or even longer fucking hours, man. You know, and if you're happy with that, and I respect that, I really respect that. My pops was a happy guy to actually work 9 to 5, and you know, I respect the man. End of the day, like, for me, I worked a 9 to 5 too as well, and like most of us did anyway. No one actually, you know, let's go into trading full time first time round. But end of the day, if you got an opportunity to make your life easy so you can spend time with your family, then fucking let's do that shit, innit? Let's do it. Let's spend more time with our family. Let's retire our mum and dads. Let's give our kids what they want, better life than what we had. You know, that's the beautiful thing. And if we study, and this is what I'm saying, if the bear market happens for the next 2 years and price goes all the way down to 12k, potentially goes back to 10k marker, right, which is off, let's have a look, the 1 day, off this low over here, and price range band here. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. End of the day, all I'm trying to say to you is let's learn in the bear market so we are ready for the bull market. You know, we can get our positions quite nicely because once price, I'll show you. So when price did this, right? Let's go one day. You see here, right? What I highlighted there. Price was range bounding here. This is all accumulation. It gives us several opportunities to buy. Support here, we can buy there. Obviously, this is a massive dump there that happened in 2018. I remember that really well. But that's a deviation. This is another deviation, and we hold back into support. It's an accumulation phase where we can enter the trade going back up. So why can't we find a trade off here? And if it does something like this, let it do its thing. And as long as we start accumulating, this is when we start accumulating, not the ones that people are telling you on freaking on Twitter. That's bullshit. Tell them to shut the fuck up. They're all talking shit. No one's accumulating nothing at this moment in time. Everyone's trying to offload their bags. So this is what we're gonna do. And then and look, and I hope one day that I get to see you guys on your having your own stream in it. You know, then like maybe if I'm lucky, you guys can invite me on the stream in it, and we can talk a lot of shit. But you know that's the really the idea. So yeah, that's it. I mean, what was it called? So David from Kordishik area, and then the restaurant for 20 years and fucking hell, 20 years. I rate that, dude. Amount of the catering business getting to, oh man, true. You know what? I tell you something, like crypto doesn't make you young, man. It makes you fucking old, man. I've gotten a lot older than I should be. But yeah, love to you guys, man. I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for attending the stream. Love to you guys. You know, it is a Friday. Enjoy your Friday. Jummah Mubarak. Wishing you the best of weekends, best of health, best of success and happiness. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. Really, Monday will be the next daily day stream as well as usual. And Sunday we'll have the weekly outlook market approximately around 6 o'clock. That's why I'll be looking to do it, the UK time. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna try and get Dainks on a stream tomorrow. We just talk a bit of shit, a bit of crypto, this and that, general shit. We'll see how it goes, but we'll see how it goes if it's free. But that's it for me, lads. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to all you guys for attending the show. Hit the like button as well. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And you know, we hit 750. Fucking hell, man. That's so fucking cool. Appreciate that. And let's build this together, man. Take care. Love. Take care.